Hello everyone, and welcome back to Management and Entrepreneurship class. So, in the last session, we were talking about the role of entrepreneur and identifying business opportunities. And I was asking you a few queries if a business opportunity is offered for you, which will you prefer? I mean, do you prefer to start a business without investment, or will you prefer to start a business with investment, or will you sell your idea? Will you make your idea to be get where other people can invest on your idea and they can make it to be done, so where you can have a strong position in the market? So which do you prefer? So this is what I was asking you yesterday, and also I was asking you to come up with a certain weakness and strength of the same. And if you identify an opportunity, then I asked you to come out with the strength and weakness of that opportunity. And let us try to recall and know about the importance of SWOT analysis. Okay. So yesterday also we would just have a small introduction to what is called SWOT. And now let us discuss in brief about SWOT, and also let us talk what is the need of SWOT analysis and what shall be done with SWOT analysis. Okay. So SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities, threat. See, SWOT is basically analysis. So it is a method or it is an analysis which will help you to identify business opportunities. I mean to say, if I wish to start a business in the market, I need to know the current position of the market, and I need to know the current trend of the market. And if I start this business, where I will be, in which position will I stand, right? So for this, I need some factors which will help me to identify those things. So this strength, weakness, opportunities, this will act as a factor. I mean to say, few of them will be internal factors and few of them will be external factors, which will help you to assess the level, which will help you to have assessment on the market, so that how you can make the business to get growth, how you can make the business to get moved to the next position. So for this we will be doing this called SWOT analysis. And here strength and weakness, I can call, you call it as internal factors, which will help me to identify the strength and weakness of my organization or of my employees, of my idea, of my scope. Whereas opportunities and threats, which will be acting as external factors, which will help you to identify, which will help you to study about the environment, which will help you to study about the business environment. So accordingly, you can act. So then, how you can proceed for the next step. So once if you are done with the like us to establish a small organization or a business firm, then how can I make my business firm to be to the next level? So for this, I require a SWOT analysis. Even it will be better if you do the SWOT analysis before establishing the organization. So that is the need, or that is the use of SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis is most important in all sort of business. Even if you be an entrepreneur, or if you be a manager, or if you're just being a worker or employee in a certain company, all the cases you require SWOT whenever you talk about a business. Okay. And again, even though it is a business, and moreover it can be even a business firm or organization or industry, it can be of anything. So as I told earlier, we should be strict with government regulations and policies. So we cannot deviate from the government policies, and we cannot be able to do things on our own. So whatever that we do should be always sticking with the should be always coincide with the government policies. So we should not violate the government policy, should not do anything opposing the government policies. And for this, I have given you a small example like a global distributed project team. How a project team will function if the thing is globally distributed. And when it is not globally distributed, when it is there within the same company, it is easy to manage. But whereas when you talk about globally distributed project team, it is not that much easy to manage the things. right? So there we have more factors. When you talk about more factors, so we may have some more challenges in doing the things in a distributed project team, whereas there will be less challenges when you talk about a normal one, right? A project which we are doing within a company. And for this, we have certain things called market feasibility study, technical feasibility study, financial feasibility study, social feasibility study. And first, let us talk about what is called feasibility study and what are we going to do with feasibility study. So mostly, what is mean by feasibility study is something like, and if you have taken a project, and you should if you've taken a project which can be get completed in around 6 months, but if you plan to do that project in 3 months period of time, then it is not feasible to complete the project within the given duration. And that is what feasibility. And we should think over that whether the requirements are feasible, or whether the objectives are feasible, and how far the market is feasible with the work or with the industry goal. We can talk about all these things. So feasibility study is a detailed work of collection of data analysis and concludes the feasibility of the operation. So you know the meaning of data analysis, right? So where you will be analyzing from the given set of data. What I can say is, for example, and if I just want to start a school, and let me take this is again a business. And if I want to just open a school, this is what my business firm that I want to do as an entrepreneur. And to do this, first I should shall go with the location. The basic requirement will be location or the area, and third one, the next requirement will be budget. So these are the basic requirements that I need to do this. I can't make my school to get located near to, the most intersection or a traffic signal areas, or I can't locate near to a bus stand or near to a theater or mall. And similarly, I can't start establish the school very out of from city, right? Even both will make the level of school to go down. I will not be getting admissions. I can't promote my school. I can't market my school to the people, right? So I need a proper location where people where people does not feel difficulty to travel to school. And even though schools offer school bus, and there is always some constraints even with each and everything. So parents will look for a safety of their children, and even though whatever the money that they pay towards as a school fee or bus fee, so they expect some respect safety for their children when they move towards the school. And second thing, how far my school is providing education is like technical education. How far it is providing creativity skills, imagination, like making promoting their imagination, ideas, and thoughts. And third, once if these things are there, when I promote, I then like if one of my students if team or a set of people from my school has won some prizes, or if they are competed in national or international level competitions, so that will be coming in the newspapers and news channels. So that also one thing which will promote my school to the next level, right? And the same thing, if I can't start my school near to the other school which is the top one in the market, or which is not top one in the city. I can't establish a school very near to it. Okay, so this is called like a market feasibility study. You should have study on a market. You should assess whether the product which you will be doing will be having its good position in the market or not, will be having its demand in the market or not. That is quite important, right? So even this during this COVID lockdown period, and you can't make a car showroom mela or a two-wheeler showroom mela, right? Since people are like affected with COVID-19 and their financial problems are being still struggling on, and even India's economic is getting down. Not only India, almost all the countries. And during this time, you cannot make them to come up with these kind of things. That is what market feasibility study. You should find some alternative strategies to reach to make the product or to make the service to make the material to be get reached to the customer. Like even though during this lockdown, you can see this Amazon and Flipkart has made a greater achievement. And this sale, this October sale of Amazon, which has generated money, which has given a good profit to them. And earlier, when compared to the last previous years, this year they made a good number of items that has been sold. And I can say like this is the largest number of sales that they have achieved in their career. I mean both Amazon and Flipkart. And even though we're talking about the India's economy is entirely getting down, but how these things have been achieved. So what are the techniques and what are the strategies that these people follow, like Amazon and Flipkart? How they can make the product to get reached to the customer. And that is what is required to be an entrepreneur. And that is what the skill that we need to make the items, to make the products to be get marketed, and we should make people to get it right. And even if you take this Amazon, Flipkart, they're not marketing anything. They're not just going get they're not like going to people and telling them these are the products available. And the same way they're not explaining the things to even the people, just it is working with a single website and online. So in some way, technically they're promoting the things, they are marketing it, they are advertising it, but all this requires some revenue. I mean, some investment has to be made. But in turn, they are getting more than whatever that they have invested, and that is the quite challenging thing with Amazon. And you can just take this as a case study, and you can talk about how this Amazon and Flipkart have achieved this even during this pandemic lockdown. Even none of the businesses are being succeeded, but if you take these online businesses, these are getting succeeded even though during this lockdown period. So which has made a drastic sales, which has given a good number of sales even compared to the normal days, normal scenarios. And that is called market feasibility. You should study about the market with the current demand, and what are the people that they are currently looking for. And if I made an item or a product, how I can promote it, how I can make the people to get it, how I can make people to come forward to purchase my product. And that strategy is most important for an entrepreneur. You should think from that point of view. And if I design a product, if I made a product, or it can be like a product or a project or service, it can be of anything. I should make that product to be get used by each and everyone in the world. Then you are the real entrepreneur. You are the real businessman, like what Mukesh Ambani and the Reliance Group is doing now, right? We should make the product to be get targeted to each and everyone, not only like the one who was educated or the one who was uneducated. So we should make the product to be get readily used by both kind of peoples, both educated as well as uneducated. So we need to focus in different point of views when you target an application, or when you target the users, when you design an application. You should focus the design and development of that application in multiple point of views. Multiple point of views means like how far the product will be from user point of view, how far the product will be from developer point of view, how far the product will be from designer point of view, how far the product will be from the manager or development team point of view. So these are the different views that has to be taken into account in doing certain things. So we usually have to have certain architecture before doing the things, right? And also people use the other term called modeling. So the meaning of modeling is visualizing. So modeling is a process of visualizing a system in prior to its implementation. That is called modeling. I mean to say, if I plan to implement some idea or some project, it can be of anything. So in prior to it, I will be having an architecture, or even you can call it as blueprint, right? So even you can call it as blueprint, and you can also call it as model. So model is nothing but simplification of reality. So model is simplification of reality, which will help you to visualize how far this item will be when it is there in the market. And how can I promote these items to the next level. Okay, and this market feasibility study involves the study and analysis of the following aspects. Let us see this. And first one, what is the nature of market? So the nature of market in terms of life, perfect competition. So we know, right, we are in a competitive business environment, and yes, we are in a competitive business environment. And even if you take a good example is Geo. And when Geo was not there in the market, Airtel was the top number one, right? And next to that, Vodafone, BSNL, and all these things are there. So Airtel was the one which has its top reputation in the market. I mean, I'm talking only about India. And later, when Geo was entering into the market first, and they have targeted, they came out with a strategy. So giving a free plan for everyone, right? Which made mostly, I mean, more than 80% of customers of Airtel to shift over to Geo. And not only Airtel, and more than, I mean, all in all communication networks like Airtel, Vodafone, whatever let it be, Aircel and whatever let it be. And more or less, like more than 60% of people had moved from this provider to Geo provider, right? So there is an entire drastic change which has made a great revolution in the telecommunication industry. But later, when the time goes after 3 6 months, then they started charging something. So once people are addicted to this, then whatever they charge, people will be paying to get it, right? So this is what our human nature. And then later on, they have made revise little bit more. I mean, earlier when they are offered it, and then it was 100 rupees for, I mean, no more than 50 days. But now it is more nearly 400 rupees for 50 days. So, in I mean, in the past, so they were given everything at free of cost, and we all have used it. But now we are all paying it. We are all paying back for the one which I used it freely in the years back, and for that we are paying now. By knowingly or unknowingly, we are doing it, right? So now Geo is getting a profit from whatever they offered freely. So it is a kind of strategy, and initially providing everything at free of cost and making the people to get more attracted to this, and then giving some additional benefits to make them to get addicted to this technology. And then we will start doing some charges, and later on people will restrict to this, and people will be using it, and it is their fit. And here I just want to tell you one thing, if you don't mind. See, we are living in a business market. What I can say is we are living in a business environment. Business peoples decide what we want to be and how we want to be, and this is what the actual fact. So they are the one who decides our day-to-day activities of our life. But we are thinking that we are the one like deciding and doing everything. But that is not the right thing. And if you think it in depth about the activities that you do each and every day, just think of it. Like for example, if you are planning to get some mobile, and who has advertised that mobile, and who has made you to attract to get towards that mobile, and who was given offer for that, who was given you offer in using that mobile, and who was which bank provider has given you offer to buy that product. Almost everything, it is entirely business. This business market decides what people has to do, and people, we don't have the independency to do anything, right? So we all stick with everything from like using credit card, debit card, bank offers, and everything, whatever let it be. Even if you go for a bank and if you take a challan or if you fill some application, the bank even charges for the application that which you used to fill. If you agree it, this is the fact. This is what happening. And whatever the electricity that the bank uses, I mean like AC, light, everything, and for that the customer is paying, not the bank is paying, right? For that the customer has to pay. So this is how they are going to make money from the people. And today's the entire activity of people as being entirely controlled and monitored by business. Even if you agree it or not agree, this is truth, right? So we all tend to, if I want to just buy anything, that is not the one I'm going to decide it. So it is the decision which is made by the business market. I have only choices, nothing more than that. I can go with either this or that, but anyhow, I should do this. And from the beginning of the day, like starting from taking cup of coffee or tea, so what is the milk packet that is required for you, and sugar and coffee powder, tea powder, everything. And again, till you go to bed, everything is business. It just you just think in in business point of view, then you will be understanding what it is actually exactly doing. Even if you watch cricket match, so people used to say betting, right? So betting is the other thing. And if you take even the reason for an IPL, which is happening now, like, so we used to have some multiple teams across India, like RCB and Mumbai Indians, CSK, and everyone. So what is the need for the people to hire these people and to form a team and to make them to play and to make them to win? And if I do this, what I'm going to get from it? Do you think they are doing it as a service? No. Until and unless they make some money from out of it, they will not be coming forward to do this. And if you like look at the ground, you can see more than whatever they are playing, and more than whatever they play, and almost all you can see there will be more number of advertisements, more number of banners, and you can see like there will be more number of logos in the players shirts and fans. And you can see that is entirely marketing from the from the bat that whatever they use to hit the ball, right? So everything is entirely business. Everything runs with a business. One said everything is business, business, business. And even if you start from politics, so politics means like you can see BJP, Congress, and multiple parties are there in the today's market. See, for these business people, for this politics, business people will be paying. Business people will be offering amount in bulk, which they will be investing to come out from the election. Once they get win in the election, they will be further they will be providing, or they indirectly they will be supporting the business peoples. You can think about Kingfisher, and also you can think about Reliance. That is the best example. Reliance and Tata. Okay. Now let's talk about the next one, like cost of production. So cost of production, you can see the one example that I can state to this is the petrol price. And if you take India alone, the petrol price varies from state to state, from district to district. And even if you take the nearby states, and with Bangalore it is 83 rupees, there it is 85 rupees. So we are paying GST for it. And if you just look into it in brief, the petrol price, the actual price of petrol will be 35 rupees. And for this, you need to pay state GST, and then you need to pay central GST. And after all this GSTs and all this additional costs, the petrol price is 83 rupees. But the petrol price rate is 35 rupees, and you are paying GST for 50 rupees. And this is where our present position. If you don't believe it, just go to Google and browse, and you will learn. Even you will be knowing about these things. And even if you go and take food for 400 rupees, there will be a GST for 60 rupees, right? For the 60 rupees, you can have an addition chapati or a tea or coffee, some other thing. But we need to pay GST. And if you're traveling in bus, and if your bus ticket is 150 rupees, you need to pay 20 rupees GST. And again, if you're traveling from one state to other state, you need to pay state GST, you need to pay central GST. And people, those who are traveling through flights, you will be aware of it, right? So if the flight charges 2,500 rupees, there will be an maintenance charges of 2,000 rupees. It means you need to pay it for airport convenience, and you need to pay it state GST, you need to pay central GST, and whatever the services is being offered in the airport, you are the one going to pay. but we proudly will be telling that, see how the airport is and how what are the facilities that these people are offering. There is nothing they are offering at free of cost. Either you may it may see it may look like a free of cost, but it is entirely only with the mode of business. So how I can make my product to get a better position in the market, how I can make the people to reach towards the done. So this is a complete feasibility study that which you want to do if you wish to be a successful entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is easy, but to be a successful entrepreneur, it is not that much easy. Okay, selling price and profit. So you know the difference between cost of production, selling price, and profit. So we at least, if not profit, even it gives it some risk or uncertainty scenarios like due to this pandemic and sort of these things. And if the business gets down in the market, and at least we will be preferring at least the amount to be returned back that whatever that we have invested. Either it may not be resulting me in a good profit. I may not get a good profit, but I wish to get the amount which that I've invested towards in doing the work. Okay, so I need some profit. And here you can see like in price sensitive goods items like cosmetics, one should be careful in fixing the price. And here too, I can tell you one more thing. And if you take biscuit packets, paste, brush, and all the items, you can see MRP. MRP means maximum retail price, but it is not the price of that product or item. Let me tell you a small example. And if you take a Milk Bikis biscuit packet, its maximum retail price is 10 rupees. It means that the maximum rate at which the product can be sold is 10 rupees. But when the product is coming out from the company, it will be coming out for 5 to 6 rupees, not for 10 rupees, or even 4 to 5 rupees. And let me take it as 5 rupees. And from there to marketing agency, from there to the central like a wholesale marketing agency, that will be given for 6 rupees. And he in turn will be giving it to vendor for 8 rupees. And from there it will be getting into local market for 9 rupees, like the local grocery shop. From there you will be getting it for 10 rupees. So almost all we are paying double, and whatever the item value we are paying double. That is what the maximum retail price means. It does not mean that it is the price that you want to pay to get the product. And if you look into that, actually you will be paying double of it. And if you are getting a paste for 20 rupees, and the price of it when it is getting out of the manufactured company will be around 10 to 12 rupees. And when it reaches to you, you will be getting it at maximum retail price, and that is what the maximum retail price mean. So in this is the way that people use to fix the price, right? So if I design or develop a product, and if that product value is 10 rupees, I will not fix the price as 10 rupees. I will double it as 15 to 20 rupees. The reason is that I need to pay for marketing, and I need to pay for the vendors. So for all these things, I am going to get money only from the customer. So the customer means we are the one. We are the one going to pay for the company. Yes, we were talking about this. It. We were talking about this marketing maximum retail price. So when a product is manufactured and when it is leaving from the company, and they need to transport it, and they need to pay for transportation, and again they need to take care about of it shifting it all the items, and they need to pay for the laborers, and for all these things they will be getting money only from the customer. So we will be the one who will be paying for everyone in turn. And not even a single company is offering anything at free of cost, that you should understand. And that is what the entrepreneur will be looking for. Even if you become an entrepreneur in future, you will not be offering anything at free of cost. If you offer anything at free of cost, then your strategy will be little bit different in doing the things. and you should understand the present demand of the items, and whatever the present demand is, that based on that you should keep evolving. You may have started an internship, you may have started an business firm with some certain doing some certain or like in manufacturing certain items, but in short period of time that product may not be having good demand in the market, so there can be some other new item which requires more attention and more demand in the market. And now you should be able to change, you should be able to reshape yourself to create and to create or to manufacture the product or the item which has its current demand in the market. And market share, so estimated market share is to be made, and people and you has to compare the different similarities. And target market, this is quite and most important. You need to study about the target market and market segmentation. If you are unable to achieve the target, if you are unable to reach the destination, if you are unable to make the product to be get reached to target customers, you may not be able to sustain in the business environment. You may lose your position in the business market. Okay, that is these are market feasibility study, and the information that are required with this market feasibility study are like consumption trends in the past and present consumption level. I need to talk about both past and present, where I can forecast the future things. And you know the meaning of prediction, right? Like prediction. For example, prediction is something which helps you to predict, to find the occurrences, to find the occurrence of one which is going to happen. Or if you want to go for like a prediction of COVID-19 in a certain area called Bangalore, you will be coming out with a prediction which tells you how many number of people will be get affected by this disease in period of time. But the actual one can be different. So if my predicted tells me that there will be like 500 people maybe get affected with COVID-19, the actual figure may be 400 or maybe 600. So there will be always a small difference between the predicted and the actual one. I mean to say, whatever the data that you have, like if you're representing something information, like the best way we use to visualize the things is called graph. You can see most of the business newses will be shown in graph, will be represented, expressed in graph. That is, it is a way of expressing the analyzed data. It is a way of using data analysis. So it is a short analysis, and it is the way that which will help you to visualize and understand the data analysis. And that is also called analysis. It is not just like representing a graph with x and y axis. And that is not the idea of representing a graph in business markets. Okay, and even if you talk about a business share market and everything, you can see always this will be get represented as result in a table or in a graph. So that will be the best way to communicate or to express uh, that the analysis which has been made in the current business market, right? So present and past and present supply position and import and exports. And if I was to design, if my plan is to manufacture a certain product, and if I need to import some certain raw materials from the other organization, and in turn I'm going to export the items to the other company or to the other vendor, then I need to talk about this import and export. This also should have been studied before starting a company. We should not look after the things after opening a company. We should look the things before opening a company, right? So it is something like we should not take a menu card after taking dinner at the hotel. It should be like once if you reach the hotel to take a dinner or lunch, first you will be looking into the menu, then you will be ordering those items, and then you will be start eating, right? And that is what the people usually used to do. That is called again a feasibility study in that particular area, like in an hotel. And if you are doing it after starting a business firm, then that will be like I will be looking for a menu card after completing, after having my dinner or lunch. That will not be that will not make any sense, right? and that is feasibility study and structure of competition. So we are in a competitive market, and not only business, education, politics, and employment. Everything is competitive nowadays. So either we should have a good background or we should have good support financially. Until that is there, or you should be more talented. And if you don't have any of these things, then it is not easy for us to come up in the present competitive market, the present competitive atmosphere. I'm just not only talking about the business. I'm just talking about the entire things. It's almost connected to all software industries. It almost connects to even non-software IT sectors, and it talks about even the small business firm and large scale industries. And it also applicable. It is also applicable for small scale organization and what I can say is like very large scale organizations. And cost structure, cost structure. So again, it is quite more important, right? Calculating the budget, and this cost structure will be done. I mean, this cost structure will be made by considering all the factors of my product, just not only the single part, like which will not be only focusing on the raw material, which will be focusing on the cost that which you have made to get the product. And same meanwhile, which will also people will also charge for marketing, people will also charge for transportation. At last, after doing total sum of everything, the final amount will be something that is what the actual amount that you are supposed to pay to the user. I mean, the shopkeeper. And elasticity of demand. So, as I stated earlier, I need to talk about the current demand. So, if you are unable to understand the current opportunity or the present opportunity of the company or the present opportunity that is there in the market, then you may not be able to move forward to the next level, and you may not be able to move your company to the next higher level. And consumer behavior, intentions, motivations, attitudes, preference, and requirements, all these are again related to, I mean, study, feasibility study. I need to understand the custom consumer behavior, and to understand this in little much depth, you can start thinking about having a feasibility study on, for example, let me take Sony television. And if I was just why if I'm just designing a television, making it in the market, if I'm reselling the same item, I have manufactured a Sony LED of 32 inches and just making that to the market. Can I stay? Can I stop with the same model? No, right? I need to move for the next level. I need to understand the consumer customer demand. I will be getting feedback at each and every moment. Then I will be addressing, I mean, the next stage, I will be trying to use some latest advanced technologies, and I will be trying to make my television to be to get to the next level. So whereby my company will also get promoted to the next level, and in turn, which will make my economic growth, my company's economic growth will go high, and it will get a good competitive position in the market. So to be successful in the business market or to be in a competitive environment, it should be always different. And same meanwhile, it should be always user friendly, which can attract people, right? And distribution channels, at last, administrative, technical, and legal. This will be always there with any company, and there will be certain people like will be talking about admin and certain people on technical and legal constraints. This will be applicable mostly for private organizations. Like if you start be an entrepreneur, it will be applicable for our own organizations. This will not be suitable for government companies. Like since they don't have any goals, and even they have goals, and if they are unable to achieve that goal, no one is going to ask them, and no one is going to assess them. The main drawback or reason is that there is no proper assessment that has been doing or that has made with government employees or with government companies. And second thing, and if they don't follow the government rules and regulations, no one is going to take action on them, and no one can raise a issue on on those government sector organizations, and they have the full freedom to do things whatever they have decided to. There will not be any legal constraints, and moreover then they will be getting the talented people, right? So even though if you are get paid for 2 lakhs in a private sector job, and if you get a government job for 50 to like 40,000, you will be moving from government, you will be moving from private sector to government sector, right? There's a real fact. Even if you're working in IT corporate and if a salary is more than 1 lakh, and if you get some 35,000 job, even if you're in a remote place in a government job, we always prefer to move to government job, since that is secure and that is safe, and where you need not to worry about your job in future. At any time your job will be there for you, and there will not be anything like sudden termination without intimation, and you might not be able to feel insecure about the job. So complete security will be provided. Okay, so this is market feasibility study, and the next technical feasibility study. I hope we shall conclude with this technical feasibility study. We shall address this in the next session. Okay, so the foremost important things about this market feasibility studies, one is understanding the current market trend, demand, and forecasting the current demand. These are the two major factors. And second thing, talking about the current price. How can you make the cost structure, cost price and selling price? And the next one, like how this SWOT shall be applied here is like which help you to, I mean, strength and assess weakness. By assessing the strength and weakness of the company, you can understand the internal factors. You can understand the internal level of an organization, and by assessing the opportunities and threats, you can understand the current position of the company in the business market. Okay, that is the importance of SWOT analysis. Now it's your turn. So as I told you in the last class yesterday, I was asked you to come out with some strength and weakness of the project, or and whatever the idea that you have. So one has given an idea like wedding planner, and the other one has given an idea of doing some online selling business. So online selling business, I can give a small example: Amazon Associate. This I told you earlier, I think so. Amazon Associate. So this is a business. Again, it is an business, but which does not require any kind of investment. You need not to invest anything. You just need to get registered with Amazon, and thereby you will be getting a link, and you should make people to buy the items through this link. Okay, they will be getting the same item from Amazon, but it has to be get done through this link. So if people start purchasing the materials through the link which has been shared by you, and whatever the material that they purchase from Amazon, you will be getting a commission out of it. And think that I mean, if 10 products or if an item of 10,000 rupees has been purchased by 5 people by with reference from you, and for that you will be getting more than 10% commission into your account. This is Amazon Associate. And again, it is a light, I mean, say like a marketing strategy, and it needs a little bit marketing capability, right? So just you are not going to sell the item, you are not going to manufacture the item, you are not going to advertise the product. The only thing is you are just going to collect. You are just making them to access the Amazon website with you. I mean, with the interface as you. So you will be the one who will be connecting Amazon with the user. Okay, so just you will be marketing the products or items what Amazon is doing. And again, once if for example, if I was the user and you was an Amazon associate, you offered me an item, like, so if I purchase that item, again the I mean like shipping the item and making the item to be get delivered, all the entire things Amazon will be taking care. You need not to worry about all those things. Just you need to make the product to be get uh, purchase the product should be get reached to the customer. That is the only thing that you want to take care of it. So it is also one small online business opportunity. And similar to this, we have a number of business opportunities in today's present business market trend. Okay. So with this, I would like to conclude this session, and also I just want you all to think on the strength and weakness of certain opportunities, or strength and think on the weakness of the entrepreneur of certain projects. Okay. So let's discuss about this.